What's up guys, my name is Dragon and welcome back to the Gaming Planet. Today we're going to be doing some Satisfactory. Now, I've been playing this kind of often with one of my friends and this is our factory that we've made so far. But I'm going to be restarting obviously because I already have a ton of stuff here, as you can tell. So I am going to be starting a brand new factory and hope to build up all this stuff again eventually. So yeah, let's just get to the new one. Now, if you guys don't know what Satisfactory is about, it's basically a big factory building game, and you eventually work towards the goal of not having to play anymore, with how much stuff you do. There's tons of ways to automate things, tons of ways to make different things as well. And overall, I think it's pretty fun. Me and my friend played on that last world for like a full 24 hours. So it's going to be interesting to see how far I get in this in the same time frame. Except now I'm working alone, which is fine. But where our factory was before was right over here. You can tell, you can see right over there is where it would be. And I need to get rid of these guys. But yeah, if you guys saw, I was about right up there, looking down on the factory, which was in this like a very open area. And it works, it definitely works, but I do want to get a different spot for it, but just because I want to get something new. I could start making my factory down here. I don't know, there's a ton of iron around, which is pretty good. Oh, there's this guy. He's not really gonna bother me. There's tons of iron around, which is good. There's, I think that's a limestone right here. Well, can we put a big miner on that? Yeah, we can. Okay, so there's limestone right there. The only other thing we're gonna need is copper. There's another limestone one right there, which is good. 2 limestone, about 6 iron nodes. I'm just gonna call them nodes because I don't know why. But now we just need to get one for copper. And the only one that I know of copper right now is the one that we have on our old factory, or the one that I play on with my friend, which is like way back that way. Which I guess could work, but it'll just take some getting set up to like get all the copper over here. Because it is a little bit far away. It's not that bad compared to some things that I did. But it definitely is kind of a ways away. There's more iron. How much iron is there gonna be over here? Like, jeez. There's so much. Actually, I think I know where some copper is, too. And, like, a lot more of it than what me and my friend had. I think there's copper, like, right here. Yeah, there's some right there. I can't tell if there's only 1 or 2, and if there's 1, that works out well. There's 2. Okay. So we have copper here, which is not far at all from where I'm planning on building. We have like 8 things of iron, which is a ton, but that is very useful. There's 2 here. There's 2 over there, and there's 4 below us. So that is a lot of iron, and that's going to be very useful in the future. So the way I'm planning on doing things is I'm going to build basically like a starter factory here. Basically it's just going to be ugly and not organized too much, but at the same time it's going to be useful, and it's going to at least allow me to get started with a ton of different things, as well as like automation and production and all that other stuff. And then I'm going to move to a better location and definitely get a lot more organization for things. I don't think I have logistics yet. No, okay. So I'm definitely gonna need 2 smelters for this. I'll just put them right in front of the each of these. I'm gonna be very used to having a lot of things that I just don't have right now. So that's gonna be fun. These are biomass burners. They just burn like plants and foliage and such. I could make my own iron ingots, but that's really annoying, and I don't want to do that. But we are going to need a lot of biomass, as well as probably not biofuel, but like solid biofuel in the future. But for the time being, this will be good enough. I'm going to grab another miner Mark 1, and I'm going to set it up at the two ones of these that we have, just because I do need a lot of concrete, especially for base building, is where concrete comes in handy very often. And then we're also going to need constructors, which is going to be kinda annoying, but not too bad. Of course, this game is in early access, so there's going to be some glitches. I already know there's quite a few of them. Way up, like, in those mountains, like, way over there. Like, you can see kind of, like, the weird mountain with, like, the weird tentacly things coming out of it. There's, like, a pink bamboo forest kind of thing over there. And that is kind of glitchy at sometimes. There's plants over there that can be invisible that you can get stuck on. And then you either have to end up dying, or you just have to, figure out a way to get out of it, or just have like a chainsaw with you or something to get rid of all the plants. But other than that, it's not too bad. There is also like a way to go insanely fast when sliding. Like, you could slide in this, obviously, but there's a way, like, on some ground, I think, that just makes you go unbelievably fast for like no reason. So that's at least fun, but also kind of annoying. Eventually, all this will be automated. You know, things are going to have to be... They're going to be slow right now, just because of automation stuff is not going to happen for like a while, for quite a while. Until I can get automation and, or until I can get logistics, as well as like some other stuff. With that, it's gonna be a bit before I can start automating things, at least to like an extent. Definitely the hardest thing, and it's like a problem I have is like in that other save as well, is like power management. In that old save, me and my friend have like 8 or 9 coal generators, not coal, like they use coal and water and they generate a lot of power. And that still sometimes isn't even enough. We still sometimes have power issues even then because of how unbelievably, like, high the power usage is if you automate a ton of stuff. So eventually in the future, once automation is, or once I've been automating things for a while, I'll probably set up a... in the beginning, I'll set up an automation for iron resources, stuff like, you know, iron plates, iron rods, and then as well as reinforced iron plates and rotors. Those are definitely going to be the more important things to get early on because of how many you need for some of the things in the future. But after that is done, after I've automated that and have like at least a storage container full of them, which is 2,400, then I'm probably just going to turn off automation for that, because it takes up so much power, and I don't need that much power. I don't need as much power as that is, or I don't need as much stuff as that's going to put out. But we'll see. Obviously, that's all future plans and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have to make copper ingots. A lot of this game is just kind of sitting here at this crafting bench and holding down this button for like eternity. So that's fun, at least. Kinda, not really. Copper is something like that isn't entirely... It's useful, and it's definitely needed, but you don't nearly need as much of it as you could mine up. Like, me and my friend on the other world had an entire box full of copper ingots an entire storage crate full of it, and we didn't even start automating wire until way past when we should have started it. So it is not entirely too important to start automating copper things right now, because it's so easy to do, and it's just not useful as of yet. It's more important to automate things that are early game stuff, like iron and other things like that. Where did I even put that? There it is. We are going to be using a lot of power in the early game, so we are definitely going to need to get more biomass burners set up. But for the time being, I think I'll be okay. I definitely do need to get logistics done soon. That's going to be one of the more important things, is to get logistics done. Generally, early on, you want to get like logistics, just because then you're able to do a lot more in terms of organization and stuff. Because right now, we just have those two furnaces kind of doing their own thing, and they're not outputting into anything. So we're going to get a an automation thing to start making iron plates and iron rods. So you know what, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a few leaves from over here. I'm going to make a constructor, since I can make 4 of them as of right now. And then I'm going to put that into there. And then you are going to be making concrete. Right now, our power situation isn't bad. It's at 20 out of 40, and it's going to jump up kind of quickly because of how much we're doing right now, which is not bad for the time being. But yeah, this is going to start making concrete, which is good because I'm going to need that, and quite a bit of it once I start getting base building, which is just going to take more concrete and iron rods and iron bars, or iron plates and iron rods. Also, if you're seeing that thing right there, that little glowy thing, that's a green power slug. They are very, very useful, and so I'm going to go around and collect a ton of them eventually in, like, the future. Eventually, I'll have, like, a lot of those, because they make, where can I put this? Right there? I've already clicked it. Okay, thank you. They basically make things that can overclock your machines, which means they will start running faster at a cost of more power. Like, they'll use more power, but they will they'll go and mine things up or do whatever they're doing faster, which is good. That's what we need right now, kinda. Not right now, but eventually we'll need stuff like that. It is going to be very ugly right now. Like, nothing's going to be organized. We have some things happening with this that probably shouldn't be happening. But you know what? It'll get going, and it'll get organized eventually, especially when I move factories. But that's later in the future, obviously. There we go. Copper wire is, well, copper should be automated. Copper wire won't be for quite a bit, probably. So I just need to wait and make a lot more iron plates. But I'm gonna get this this one milestone done, and actually, just so you guys can see what I'm doing, I'm gonna do that. There we go. 150 of these. Throw those in there. Obviously, you know, the 150 copper, or not copper, the 150 iron rods. Throw those in there. That's done. And last but not least, all we need is wires, which we need 300 for. I have 150, and it makes 2 each, so all I need is 75 copper, which I'm just going to do manually because why not? Alright, there we go. 300 wires, bam, and bam. Now whenever you complete a milestone
reached. Conveyor belts
this thing will
can
go
now
off.
merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Alright. Let's see, this... Yep. That's what I figured it would be. Okay. So if you get too much power, because your capacity, if you're using more than your capacity has, it will cause the fuse to break. So when that happens, all you need to do is just get another one of these biomass burners and use that as well with the rest of everything else. Now we get this other biomass burner. We put it down right here. Then we connect it up with cable that I don't have right now. We grab some cable out of this. This allows maybe some wire to make more cable. But then we just attach it there. And then we're going to need to go get more biomass for that thing to burn. Which is easy enough. Just get some leaves, like nothing. But there we go. Now our capacity is at 70 megawatts. I don't know why each of these do 20, and then this one does 30. I don't know why. Probably because this is a bigger biomass burner than those are. But I'm not going to complain about it. This game is going to be a lot of logistics, like figuring out where things are supposed to go, and what to make, and a bunch of other stuff like that. So it is definitely going to be more complicated than a lot of my other videos, just because of how insanely complex this game can get at times. There's a machine that allows you to take 4 separate materials and combine them all into a single main component for things. And being able to automate all that would mean so unbelievably like high amounts of power usage that I would not have enough power. Even if everything goes off, I'm still only at 70 megawatts, and I'm not even close to being able to use, or to being able to even automate things still. Because this tiny little bit of automation here for just iron plates and rods has already taken up half, or almost half, of my entire power usage. So at the end of every video, you can see how much time I've been spending playing this or recording it. At the beginning of every video, I'll show how much times I've been playing on this world, or how long I've been playing on this world, and then at the end of every video, I will show you the time that I ended at. So there we go. This is where we can make portable miners at, which is good for me, because then we can get more stuff eventually. But it's also very important for making some things like jetpacks and all that. I could unlock base building. It's not entirely too useful right now, but that's not hard to do. So I guess I'll unlock base building. Put those in there, and complete. Base building done.
Milestone reached.
Right now, I'm not going to work on any more milestones. The milestones I have right now is this field research, which isn't hard, but they're not too entirely useful. The only thing that are useful is the being able to build the personal storage box, the inventory slots, and the hand slots. That's about it. But other than that, I mean, the MAM is useful too, but not right now. Part assembly I'm definitely going to need, so I'm going to need to automate screws and cables. Obstacle clearing definitely is going to be needed eventually. That's also how we get solid biofuel. You'll find a lot of these pods kind of crashed around the place. I know where some of them are. So actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to let things be automated for a while. And actually, before I go, I'm going to set up one more little bit of automation for copper wire, just so I don't have to make it by hand. So as those are all running, I'm going to grab a few bits of these bits of food. I'm actually going to grab these leaves real quick and make a little bit more biomass just before I leave. There's a few that I know of right now, and the only one that I'm going to go grab probably is the closest one to me, which is off in this direction, not too far from here at all. But as you can tell, if I come over here, here is the crash pod that I was talking about. You will find these all over the place, and great, there's this guy here. But they are everywhere, like surrounding the world. They are absolutely everywhere, and they are full of resources that are insanely useful. Like these motors, like I can't make those yet. I don't even need them for a while. But I can still get them here. And later down the line you can get things like heat sinks, computers, heavy modular frames, and a ton of other things that are going to be useful. You can open this like emergency drop pod kind of thing, but this just needs power, which I don't have over here right now. So I'm not going to do that. But as you can tell, 400 wire, 39 of those reinforced iron plates, and 30 motors. I'm going to unlock this obstacle clearing, just because I am going to need it for biofuel burners and all that. Or biomass burners, but for, solid biofuel. So I'm definitely going to need that. I'm going to need to get the chainsaw for that. Alright, there we go. Screws are done. Put them there. Launch. There we go. Now I can make myself a chainsaw,
Biofuel will ensure maximum
which,
efficiency
if
of
one says
biomass
to go away,
burners. To
isn't
aid
that
in
bad.
biofuel production,
Reinforced
you are
iron
now
plates,
capable
not
of
hard.
removing
Iron
foliage
rods,
that
easy.
consists primarily of
160
wood.
screws.
Additionally,
Cables.
R&D inflated your...
There we go. Put this in my hands, and this doesn't have any fuel in it, so I'm going to need to make this solid biofuel. But yeah, now that I have fuel in this, I can just go around and cut down trees. I don't know why cutting down gives them like limestone. I think I'm getting rid of these rocks with it as well, which I don't really understand, but I mean, if it works, I guess. Now that I have successfully deforested the area, I can now make myself the fuel that I need. Which is a lot of biomass, which is going to take me absolutely forever to convert into solid biofuel. And here goes the very painstaking process of waiting for all this to be done. You know what, instead of making this all by hand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 of these. I'm going to make a few more cables. And then I'm just going to be lazy and set up a constructor with 2 storage containers. And I'm just going to automate everything. Just to make it that little bit easier. And just so I don't have to stand there making it all when I could just not do that. Man, I built this way far away. Oh well. So I can put all this biomass in here. It will flow into this, which then will make biofuel. And the biofuel will flow out into this storage container. But once that is going, I do need to actually hook it up to power. Where do I have a power line that's open? Probably nowhere. Man, power issues are everywhere today, aren't they? My production and capacity is actually not that bad, so I could easily set this up and be well on the way of not having to increase power because of it. All I need to do is power pull, that, this, this, that, then that. Done. Then you should start making biomass, or biofuel eventually, even though this is really slow. Yep, alright. That will make these things of solid biofuel, which then will go into there for me to then shove into this. But I think I'm going to end off this episode here. If you guys do want to see more Satisfactory, then please do comment down below that you guys want to see more of it. And I have noticed that a lot of new people are actually subscribing. I've seen that I've grown quite a bit over the last few days. So if there's new people who are showing up, thank you. Thank you for subscribing and showing interest in the channel, I guess, if you see this. But also, if you guys want to see any games, like if you guys want to see maybe some of the things I played in the past, if you guys want me to return to them and see how they are now, maybe I could do that. If you guys want to see just games that you like, I can look into that as well. But anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button, as well as the little notification bell to be notified of whenever I upload. Around, like, I can't even remember the analytics at this point. I think it's like 6% of people that watch my videos are subscribed. And I think that's just because of that one video I had that reached 12,000 views for some reason. So if you aren't subscribed and you're still watching this, then you can always, obviously you should subscribe if you guys do like the content. It's free, you can always change your mind after that, and all that stuff. And plus, I don't upload often, so I won't be absolutely blowing up your notifications with just really dumb videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to y'all later. See you guys. Oh wait, actually, before I end up, hour and 6 minutes.